I'm Merely Caruso. It's Thursday, March 19th. Today, cause for concern.
It struck the bottom of the underpass.
Why a parent is demanding more transparency following a school bus crash. Also today, a silver lining.
This is about an investment in dignity and the quality of life for people who need long-term care.
When the province plans to break ground on a new personal care home in South Winnipeg. Plus, flying the coop. Why a number of homeowners are appealing a decision to allow racing pigeons. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Questions are being raised tonight after a school bus full of kids hit a railroad crossing underpass and then continued on with a planned field trip. Tonight, some parents want to know why staff didn't seek out medical attention for the kids. With more on those concerns, CTV's Joseph Bernacki joins us live. Joseph, what exactly happened here?
Well, Marilee, parents with John M. King School received a letter saying the school bus was traveling down Wellington Crescent and did not meet the clearance requirements. The bus then struck the bridge. The school says the bus was traveling at minimum speed and said, quote, the slight impact may have caused children to nudge forward. It says students were assessed and everyone was safe. No injuries were reported, but a concerned parent is questioning how the situation was handled.
It struck the bottom of the underpass. It did not stop or really do anything. The bus backed up, pulled a U-turn, continued on its route, and dropped the children off at the Leaf at the Assiniboine Zoo. From there, the children were just asked by a teacher if they were okay and continued on with their day. There was no medical professionals that checked on these children.
The letter from the school suggested monitoring children for mild whiplash, a symptom Denorer says his son suffered from following the incident. But the extent of his injuries was worse. He said throughout the day, his son started feeling dizzy and lost his energy. Around 3:30 p.m., Denorer says a letter from the school acknowledging the collision was sent, but he didn't get a hold of it until around 8:30 in the evening when he took his son to Children's Hospital emergency room.
He was referred to the concussion clinic through Pan Am, which they gave us a positive on a concussion and whiplash, which it's been a week since that field trip today, and he is still kind of suffering from those symptoms as well.
Meantime, Denorer says a Winnipeg School Division representative told him the bus was a private contractor, not a division bus. He was also told MPI was not contacted.
Joseph, what are police and the school division saying about the collision?
Well, Marilee, according to Denorer, Winnipeg police had no record of a bus crash that day. CTV has reached out to the school division for comment, but has not yet received a response.
All right, thanks for this, Joseph. A vacant home already damaged by fire in 2022 went up in flames again. Fire crews were called to the Johnson Avenue West home just after 4 o'clock this morning by police, who were the first to spot the blaze. Officers helped evacuate nearby residents while firefighters put out the flames. No one was injured. The cause of the fire is under investigation. A 32-year-old man is charged with second-degree murder tonight after a body was found inside a burned vehicle. Police found the vehicle in the 600 block of Jarvis Avenue last Friday afternoon. Inside, they discovered human remains. The victim has been identified as 57-year-old Vincent Morissette. Homicide investigators believe a fight occurred between Morissette and another man on Salter Street prior to the arson. The suspect was arrested over the weekend and is now charged with second-degree murder. The investigation is continuing. The province plans to break ground on a new personal care home in South Winnipeg with money committed in the upcoming budget.
This is about an investment in dignity and the quality of life for people who need long-term care.
The facility will be built in the Bridgewater neighborhood of Waverley West, something the health minister says has been a request from the area since 2014. The province is committing $95 million in budget 2026 towards the home. It's expected to include around 140 beds, but the other services will be determined through consultations with the community.
We're going to take the time this year to reach out to the community in this part of the city and this part of the province to ask what sort of facility this should be, what are the services, what are the amenities that are needed for seniors in this new personal care home.
Public consultations are expected to begin in June. A timeline for the build has not yet been determined, but the health minister hopes the facility will open in the next couple of years. A number of homeowners in Sargent Park are appealing a decision to allow racing pigeons. The city's urban planning and design division approved a variance for an aviary for flighted birds on Strathcona Street between Sargent and Ellis. According to the report, the homeowner plans to construct a 42-square-foot aviary in their backyard for pigeons. It says the variance was granted in part because the project is compatible with the area and wouldn't have an adverse impact. But an appeal has been lodged against the decision. More than a dozen people are raising concerns about pigeons carrying diseases, making a mess with droppings, and causing damage. The appeal hearing is set for Wednesday. Let's bring in Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. What are you tracking for us tonight, Colleen?
A little bit of freezing rain in parts of Manitoba right now. Boy, oh boy. It's the last full day of winter, by the way. Spring arrives tomorrow morning. I'll have more on that. But as we spend these last few hours in the official winter season, it has done so in eastern regions of the province with some freezing rain. So much so that Environment Canada has issued a warning. I'll have more details on that. How we will see the last day of this season ring out in the next few hours, how we will welcome spring, I'll have those details, and when we can next see some snow coming through southern Manitoba. All that to come, but for now, let's take a look through the CTV Live Eye. It's brought to you by Bathfit, our exclusive home of the PermaFit solution, or try to look through that Live Eye. Look at that, foggy in the city, cloudy, otherwise 2 degrees, windy too, winds out of south-southwest at 24 kilometers an hour with wind gusts up to 37. The pressure is dropping, and the humidity is 97%. Out in traffic, busy in Osborne Village, but no stalls or tie-ups there, but one spot where there is one. Sherbrooke approaching Notre Dame, stalled vehicle blocking the southbound median lane.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Taking a look at the markets today, crude oil made a slight adjustment. The loonie fell to 72.77 cents U.S. Gold futures plummeted $290. The TSX lost 457 points. The Dow Jones dropped 203 points, while the Nasdaq tumbled 61 points. The University of Oxford published its annual World Happiness Report today, and Canada ranks 25th. The report highlighted how life evaluations for people under 25 in Canada, the U.S., Australia, and New Zealand have dropped significantly over the past decade. Researchers point to heavy social media use as a key contributor to the drop in well-being for young people, especially teenage girls in English-speaking countries. Finland ranked as the world's happiest country for the 9th straight year, with several other Nordic countries also included in the top 10. A community initiative is offering a free workshop to make you look and feel your best using makeup.
I think it's like tapping into that self-love and that creativity and really like getting to express yourself in a good way.
The Essence of Spirit is offering a free makeup and self-confidence workshop. The group's work is rooted in Indigenous and Latina teachings and is intended to help participants build self-love and learn healing tips in a supportive environment.
So we're just going to do a soft introduction because trauma is so in-depth and there's layers and there's childhood trauma and inner child work to be done. But we're going to do like journaling and affirmations, and we're going to really get into like what that even looks like and really expand the idea of learning what healing looks like for people and getting into the coping strategies.
The workshop kicks off on March 22nd at 4:30 p.m. at 90 Sinclair Street.
Community Connection is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber.
It's a sprint to the finish as the Winnipeg Jets try to pick up enough points to secure a playoff spot. And head coach Scott Arniel says they have their work cut out for them as the team visits the Boston Bruins tonight.
They're a big, heavy team, especially in this building. They're, they play a real strong defending game first. They really clog up the middle of the ice, which we saw, especially when they got a lead on us in our rink. They don't give you a whole lot of situations where you get an odd man look. So, vice versa, they have a good attack game as well. They transition well off of that. You create turnovers at your own blue line, and they turn it and send it the other way in a hurry.
The Jets are currently sitting 4 points out of a playoff spot, and they'll also have to leapfrog over 4 other teams who are also hungry to lock up their own playoff spots. The Jets are facing a feisty Bruins team, which will no doubt be looking for revenge after giving up its last 2 games on the road. The 2 teams have squared off once this season, ending a 6-3 win for Boston. Defenseman Dylan Sandberg says the team will be trying to emulate the string of successes it's had since the Olympic break.
I think we were playing a lot faster, which was not trying to slow the game down, bring pucks back, and when we do that, we're on top of teams, and that's where we generate our chances and get more ozone time. So hoping we can continue that on here in the road trip.
Puck drop in Boston tonight goes at 7 o'clock.
The Hockey Report, brought to you by Santa Lucia Pizza. Check out the game day special.
Did someone say Poppins?
Live from the UK, why Tina Fey is heading across the pond for a special show launch.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Spotlight sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Brad Williams, the Tall Tales Tour.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and Tina Fey is no stranger to SNL, but this Saturday is going to be a whole new experience for her.
It sure will. Fey will be hosting the UK's very first episode of Saturday Night Live this weekend.
How can we possibly communicate that to people?
We'll just find a way to pop it in.
Did someone say Poppins?
She's real.
In a teaser for the show, we can see Fey dressed up as Mary Poppins with the caption, "A practically perfect host."
Looks good.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 20 years in the making, but Miley Cyrus is once again living the best of both worlds.
She sure is. Disney Plus has just released this trailer for the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special.
This is where it's going to get emotional. I've loved being Hannah, I love being Miley Cyrus. You really taught me how to be who I am.
In it, we can see Miley reflecting on the past and even getting emotional about her past self and role. Viewers will also be able to see a behind-the-scenes look at Miley's archival collection, familiar faces and surprise guests. The special will start streaming March 24th, 20 years to the day that the original series debuted.
How fun. Keanu Reeves is a big movie star, and so is Reef Hawk.
That's right. This is the trailer for a new film co-written by Jonah Hill.
Reef Hawk. For the last 4 decades, America's favorite movie star. Starring in 3 of the biggest franchises in film history, you've had 5 years off.
That is an apology.
It's a dark comedy that centers on a beloved star who must save his image after being extorted by a mysterious video. It stars Cameron Diaz and David Spade. Legendary filmmaker Martin Scorsese is also part of this ensemble cast. Outcome will start streaming April 10th.
Looks interesting. Noah Kahn is having an out-of-body experience.
You could say. Kahn will soon be sharing a documentary about his life.
About 6.5 years ago, a venue in Boston thought my name was Nathan Kahn, and they had it on the marquee. I actually don't even know if they took it down, but this venue figured it out, which is kind of sweet. So I am.
The documentary was filmed over a year and a half. Now, Kahn not only shares his creative journey, but delves into his personal life and family. The documentary Out of Body drops April 13th. His upcoming album, The Great Divide, is out April 24th.
Grammy-nominated rapper Afroman has won a defamation lawsuit filed by 7 Ohio sheriff's deputy who sued him over music videos in which he used his own home security footage to mock their raid on his house.
Now, that's already an interesting story,
Yes.
but here's a clip from the song, Will You Help Me Repair My Door?
Will you help me repair my gate? Will you help me repair my door?
Yeah. Now, the warrant for the raid said it was part of a drug and kidnapping investigation, but no evidence was found and no charges were filed. The deputies sued him for nearly $4 million U.S., saying they were publicly harassed over the videos and some of their children were hazed at school. However, Afro man, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, defended his work on First Amendment grounds and said he issued the diss tracks to cover damages from the raid.
If they hadn't have wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. They wouldn't be on my body. They wouldn't be on my home surveillance system. And there would be no songs, nothing. My money would still be intact, nothing. So all of this is their fault.
Merrily, an Ohio jury ultimately ruled he did not defame the deputies.
He has a point. I don't know, but
interesting story.
I'm just thinking about some of his other songs.
That's
and
right.
I wonder if that had anything to do with the raid.
Google it, folks. Yes, if it sounds familiar, it is.
Yeah, you'll recognize it when you hear it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your Thursday primetime lineup kicks off with Next Level Chef at 7. 911 Nashville follows at 8. Grey's Anatomy starts at 10. It is all right here tonight on CTV.
CTV Primetime Lineup, brought to you by the Parkway Retirement Community. Welcome home.
A little misty out there, a little sloppy too, because the temperature's up above freezing, 2 degrees, cloudy, windy as well. I'll show you your full forecast coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady back now with your complete Skywatch forecast, and still pretty mild out there this hour.
For the last few hours of the winter season.
That's right.
Yes, I knew you'd be happy to hear this.
Yes.
8:46 a.m. Central Time. Spring officially arrives with the vernal equinox. Finally. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. But before we get there, Mother Nature has some freezing rain that is impacting eastern sections of the province. You can see here, because with the temperatures being as mild as they are, you can see we have snow further to the north near Barons River, further south around Whitemouth, just to the north of their showers. But in between the two, there's that freezing rain. So Environment and Climate Change Canada, there, I'll zoom in a little bit and show you a little bit more closely that impacted area with those various forms of precipitation. But nonetheless, that freezing rain has put that region under a freezing rain warning for now. Now, there were other areas surrounding that had been under that warning, but those have been knocked down over the last couple of hours as conditions have improved, and it looks like the same thing will happen there too. Speaking of areas to the east in Kenora, it is +4 degrees, 8 in Pinawa, check that out, 2 here in Winnipeg, 9 in Portage, 7 in Morden and Winkler, 13 in Melita, my goodness, double digits, 4 in Brandon, 2 in Dauphin, 3 in Swan River and Roblin. I just want to list them all because they're also mild. And a mild across the north too, minus single digits, not too far from the freezing mark, between -2 and -4 for most areas, -15 in Churchill, Island Lake -6. So here's that mixed precipitation. We've got the freezing rain here. We've got the light snow here. This moves off into northwestern Ontario this evening, and you see on the southern flank maybe even some rain showers too. Elsewhere here in Winnipeg and the surrounding areas, we'll likely see some fog as early as this evening and overnight. We get into the overnight hours and you can see there's mixed precipitation scattered all over the province for the most part. Then we get into Friday morning. It just moves around a little bit. We get into the afternoon. Light snow continues to cross northern areas and into central Manitoba. Clearer as we get later into the afternoon here in Winnipeg and the southeast. But then as we get overnight, another round of mixed precipitation will be sliding on through through into Saturday. So we will likely see at least snow, if not some freezing rain or outright rain showers crossing southern Manitoba, including through Winnipeg. So for tonight, it's already misty out there. Fog patches are likely to develop as early as this evening for Winnipeg, right into the commute tomorrow morning. We drop down to a mild low of minus 30 degrees. That's more like it. Winds out of the north at 20 kilometers an hour, up to +4 for the first day of spring. Mix of sun and cloud by the afternoon after a cloudy and possibly foggy start to the morning. There's also a risk of freezing drizzle in the morning too. So lots happening potentially in the morning. Nicer in the afternoon. Winds out of the southwest for much of the day at 15 kilometers an hour. Into the first weekend of spring we go, and there is the likelihood, as you saw there in the future cast, of snow, but perhaps not just snow, with temperatures getting up above freezing, +1. Sunny Sunday, mix of sun and cloud at times. It may skew a little on the cloudy side, -2 degrees. Clouding over Monday, +3. Flurries possible, -4 on Tuesday, so cooling off a bit. Mix of sun and cloud back up to the freezing mark Wednesday, with the likelihood at this point of either flurries or showers, or potentially both. We'll see how it plays out as that approaches. Our first weather photo, I thought this was kind of a slice of life type of photo. This is at Stradbrook and Osborne Village. That was from Leonora. She took that photo here last night in Winnipeg, of course, in the Village area. Now, Kim said this tree, looking out her work window, always changes every year. You can see all those icicles here in the city. Send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. One of Assiniboine Park Zoo's newest babies is in need of a name, and you can help. This baby, Geldy's monkey, was born on December 18th and can be seen in Toucan Ridge with her mom and grandma, Evie and Lee. The zoo's animal care and vet teams have chosen 5 possible names for the new little one. They are Joy, Holly, and Noelle, all nods to the holiday season as she was born in December. They've also have the suggestion of Cat, which is short for Saskatoon, where her mom is from. And finally, there is Ella, which is a combination of mom and grandma's name, Evie and Leah. You can vote for your favorite online now, right through until Sunday, and the name will be announced sometime next week. Look at that face.
I can't. It's just so cute. I could just look at her all day long.
Aww.
Adorable.
Well, that does it for us this hour, but don't go far. We are back at 6 o'clock with much more local news. Hope to see you then.